And once you get your Google account, then there's two ways to access Google Calendar. One is using a browser, and that is what we're going to be using today for the class. It has all the functionality and gives you a little larger screen, which is easier for class. You can download an app to your smartphone or tablet. It is looking at the same calendar events as the browser is, but it looks differently. There's different functionality. There's some things you can't do on the phone that you can do on the browser, which is, again, why I'll be using the browser. If you're trying to follow along on the app on your smartphone or tablet, it's going to be difficult to follow a lot of this. So if you can get to a browser, that would be better. If not, you may just want to follow along and watch what I'm doing and then try it later. So I'm going to open a separate browser, speaking of browsers. And if you don't have a Google account, all you have to do is type in, open a browser, go to an empty tab and type in google.com. And it will say sign up. You can click where it says sign up, and it'll take you to the account creation screen where you can put in the information to create your account. Very quick and easy and free. Once you've created an account, you come back to this screen, it'll say sign in. Click that, you enter your Gmail address and your password, and that will log you into your Google account. Once you're in your Google account, your screen will look like this.
Bye.
It'll have your picture if you added a picture when you created your account. If not, it'll have your initial here. But this shows you which account you're logged in under. You can have more than one Google account. I think I have 5 last time I counted. But it'll show you which one you're logged in under. If you've got multiple, you can change to a different account from here. Each account has its own calendar. So if you have multiple accounts, you'll have multiple calendars. Right beside it is what's called the waffle icon. And
I just have one question.
Yeah, go ahead, Christine.
If I'm on an Apple iPhone, can I have a Google Calendar?
Absolutely. Yep. In fact, I'll show you. I've got my Google Calendar on my Apple iPhone as well. So you just download the app from the App Store. Just make sure you download the Google app, the Google Calendar app. Actually, I'll go ahead and show you what we'll take a look at the phone a little bit later if we have time. But yeah, it's just go to the App Store, but you have to download Google Calendar, not the Apple Calendar. Okay. So right beside your account is this icon that's called the waffle icon because it looks like a round waffle. It's actually the Google Apps icon. When you click that, it shows you all the apps that come with your free Google account. There are a lot of them, and we have a class called Introduction to Google Apps where we go over all of them. We're going to be using Calendar today, so this is what you want to click. And Christine, if you're looking in the App Store to download it, this is what the icon you're going to be looking for in the App Store. So it doesn't say Google Calendar, but it says Calendar, and it has this 31 with the color, the Google colors around it. So I click here on the waffle app, and that takes me into Google Calendar. Move this around a little bit, so I'm chopping off a little bit of the edge. There we go, that's better. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about the layout of the screen. So we'll start up in the upper left, and this is on almost all the Google screens. Sometimes this is called a hamburger icon. It looks a little bit like a triple hamburger. But this is the main menu icon. If you click that, it collapses that left panel. If you click it again, it brings it back. So it just toggles this panel on and off. We come over a little bit to these arrows. This is how you can time travel. If I click this arrow, I go out in time a week. So I can keep clicking it. If I want to go out to December 9th and see what's on my calendar or put something on my calendar for that date, that's how I can get there. You can go backwards in time by clicking the other arrow. Let's say you've gone way out somewhere and you don't want to click all the way back. You can just click the Today button. That will take you back to the week that has the current day in it. Current day is in blue with white lettering. Everything else is in white with gray lettering. keep working our way across. But if you have questions, comments, please just unmute and ask away. This is the settings. We're not going to be going in here much, if any, today. In the intermediate class, we go into settings a good bit more, but that's what the settings are. This is where you can define how many days are showing up in your calendar. It defaults to a week on the browser, but you can change it down to a day. You can make it be a month. You can make it be a whole year, which doesn't do a whole lot for you other than giving you the equivalent of a wall calendar. But you can see the current date on there. On the phone, it'll give you a 3-day option, which works probably better on the phone. You don't have that option on the browser. So again, something's a little different on the browser. This is the same as on the login screen. The waffle icon and your Google account icon. Over here on the right, there's another panel that has some links here. These are other Google apps: Google Keep, Google Tasks, Google Contacts, and Google Map. The advantage of this is you can open these without leaving Google Calendar. So if I wanted to go into Contacts, I could click here and it would open my Google Contacts. I need to check an address for somebody or whatever. The difference between opening Contacts there, you could also come up here to the waffle icon and click on Contacts. That's going to open a new tab in your browser, and now Contacts is running in its own tab. Calendar's here, and Contacts are over here. Close that. If you don't see this right-hand panel, down at the bottom, there's a little arrow. This basically toggles that on and off, just like this one toggles the left panel on and off. So if you don't see it, click that arrow at the bottom. If you do see it and you don't want to see it, you don't use these things, you can turn it off, whichever way you prefer. I'm going to come back over to the left-hand side, this left panel. This is the create button. We'll come back to this one later. Here's another calendar. This shows you the current month and then any carryover from the previous and future month. That's why you don't really need this calendar view very often. You've really got a weekly view here and a monthly view over here. But what you can do is you can time travel from here as well. So if I wanted to check and see if I think I have something on the 2nd of December, I can click here and it takes me to